Let me make sure I bring up my chat so we can follow along. What's up, guys? Whenever you guys come in, we have a guest today. So just need one more minute. Let more of you guys come in, and I'm gonna open up my chat so I can see you guys when you're commenting. But we have an important interview, and we need your help and support here. So welcome in, everybody. Jason R, thank you. Johnny Bravo, every camera counts. Good to see you, brother. Lolly for Liberty. All right, we have a guest with us, and this is Justin Schatz, and he needs some attention. His situation is really bad at the moment, and we might need some guidance and some help from you guys. So you guys stick around, don't go anywhere. Let's see what we can do for Justin Schatz. Not the end of freedom. I have your phone number, bro. Ask Rice Crispy. You can get my number too, and give me a call, bro, as soon as I'm done here. Unindoctrinated. Thank you guys for all being here. Rachel, Jeebus Crisp. All right. So let's start getting to it, guys. We're going to start talking about what's happening. And as a matter of fact, I am going to give the floor to Justin Schatz. He's going to be talking to you guys. He's going to be letting you know what is going on and what you guys can do to possibly help, because there's a lot of things that I can do to try to help people, but there's a lot of things that I don't know how to do. So we all need your help. Right now, we need to put some attention and rally around 68 Shots, Justin, just like we did today for Lane Myers and everybody else who needs attention. So if you guys have a channel, please share this so we can get 68 Shots some attention. Justin Schatz. So you want to tell us a little bit about what's happening, bro?
Yesterday I was just released from jail. It was a short sentence in jail, along with a bunch of other restrictions that have resulted from me having a YouTube channel.
So you have been actually convicted, right?
Yes. I
And
was there. There was multiple charges, and I was acquitted at one trial, but in the others, they were successful in getting convictions at the lower court level here.
all right, so you need to file an appeal by today. Did you do that already?
Yes, I was able. It was a motion to modify or dismiss a order that I needed to get filed by today, and I was able to get that filed.
Good, good, good. So now, because you filed that, they have to give you a court date, right?
Yes, and that's if you'd be praying for me, any of you that do, it's going to be. I thought it was pretty providential. They actually set that date for January 6th.
January 6th. So sentencing is like prolonged until then?
No, but I've already been sentenced on everything that's they were able to get convictions on, and I don't mind telling you that the worst of all of it is that I now have felonies on my record, and that are directly just for First Amendment exercise.
Word. So let me see. So go ahead, bro. Talk to us. I personally don't know exactly how everything went down in your situation. I do know a little bit
Sure.
about the backstory. I'm not really going to go into that because there's some things, from my understanding, there's things that you can talk about, things that you can't really talk about. So I'm not going to
Yes,
say
sir.
anything that I'm not supposed to. I don't want to put you in a bad position. And
Right.
so go
Appreciate
ahead.
that.
Yeah, go ahead and let us all know what's going on and what we can do to try to help you in this situation, bro.
Well, I think maybe I do have something helpful to share with this, and so that's going to be my focus for now. Is like uh, what you know what I can still use my voice for, even though I'm literally under gag orders. So I want to help in any way I can, and that's I guess I'd start with telling people that I never set out to be a First Amendment auditor or a cop watcher or a YouTuber or anything anywhere in the neighborhood. I was actually just originally using a YouTube channel that I had made and never used for anything as a medium to be able to document a problem that I was having with what I considered to be, basically a neighborhood bully. And so I never set out to be part of any kind of a community or anything or any kind of a activism. It's not that maybe I'm necessarily opposed. It's just not the true story of what happened. I just was having my own personal experience, and then I started. When it did catch some attention, uh, people immediately told me, "Oh, you're an auditor, or you're one of those First Amendment guys, or something." And that was my first experience of ever actually looking that up and seeing what the First Amendment or auditing community was and was about. And people warned me. I do have to say that what you're exposing is going to wind up getting you charges, and they were absolutely right. I'd say that, but I just want to tell people, as somebody who wasn't ever trying to be a YouTube channel creator or anything, that I don't think that the right answer here, just because there is this kind of trouble, is to have that opinion like, oh, well, there's no fixing it. Everybody just forget you have First Amendment rights and leave it alone. I don't think that's the right answer here. Even with what I've gone through, even just being out of jail, uh, I just I don't think the right answer is to give up on our First Amendment rights.
Right. That's one of the things about labels, right? Is they try to use it against you, even though it's unofficial, even though it's just a YouTube community, right?
Right.
And in reality, there's really nothing wrong with the YouTube community. We are a more perfect union. So when they try to use that against you, we have to try to find a way to say, hey, I mean, because in reality, I was told by Susan Bassey a long time ago, don't label yourself a cop watcher. Don't label yourself a First Amendment auditor. You're just a journalist. When you tell
Right.
stories, you represent it. When it goes to court, they have to try to convict you as a journalist. It makes sense, right? So it's good not to try to label ourselves a certain thing. But in reality, like First Amendment auditors, cop watchers, whatever, it's an unofficial term. So government trying to use that against us, we actually have to find the right terminology to be able to defend ourselves when they try to use that as an attack against us, right?
That is correct.
So do you think that they actually tried to use that against you, or did they, or are they?
100%. And I don't mind saying, because it's a rare one for me. You usually I would be 100% responsible for my own issue, but this was the first time I ever really experienced I think a genuine guilt by association.
Word.
Uh, I was immediately. I tell people all the time that my YouTube channel becoming known was reacted to by the local political ruling class and around here like it was an act of war.
Wow. So so I'm trying to wrap my head around what is possible that they can do to you. So it's possible that you can get a felony.
That is correct, and that's one thing that I didn't see that when people said to me, "Oh, well, you're going to wind up with felony charges out of this kind of stuff," I really couldn't wrap my head around it, and blind ignorance. Because in my mind, how would any court be able to charge you with exercise of your First Amendment rights? But what I was charged with was not uh, recording somewhere where I shouldn't. What I was charged with was resisting and obstructing because I did not obey the deputy who told me to stop recording.
And where did this happen at?
That's Calhoun County, Michigan.
And that was inside the
Battle
building?
Creek is the city.
That was inside the building or outside?
That was in the lobby of our local county building, courthouse, clerk's office, sheriff's office. Many things are in there. It's just in the lobby. As a matter of fact, the video is still on my page. You can see the only thing that I was recording was our exit from the building. We were already metal detectors in the frames, and I was started recording and said, well, we got out of court and everything went great. And then a deputy confronted me.
So, and you actually got convicted for that?
Yes.
Holy shit. Moderators, if you can, go ahead and drop 68 Shots link in the chat. I know some of you guys are asking. Unindoctrinated, thank you. So the goal is to try to get as much support as possible. Now, something happened with the last attorney you had. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I just with the conditions that are on me by the different court orders now. So what I'm just going to do is just not use any names on anything. So, but we'll stick with the attorney that I started out with in this case. Just mysteriously stopped communicating with me despite being fully paid in advance. And so just before I was about to start the trial process, I was forced, in an emergency style to retain a second lawyer. And that lawyer was essentially able to blame the loss of the first trial that he lost on coming into it late and blind, kind of like that at the last minute. And then he lost another trial, and it became clear something was going on with him personally. And it wound up being that he wound up having a bunch of legal issues of his own, we'll say, and also just stopped all communication. And so I won't get into those legal issues, but it was major, and it was. And I had been also paying a co-counsel from the time after the first trial was lost. I started paying a co-counsel a lot from what I was being told from some local people about what would maybe actually help me start getting a little relief maybe. So I was paying a co-counsel from a local well-known office, essentially just to try and appease the locals. And when the legal troubles came with the second lead counsel that I had, that one was still unwilling to take over as lead counsel. They were just, again, essentially getting paid to appease the locals. And so I was compelled to, uh, just before my sentencing now, contract with a new local attorney who the agreement was that he was going to, for a large set amount, $25,000, was going to take these cases all the way through to the appeals process, all the way to the Supreme Court. And but then after I paid him $9,000 down, he wound up taking a position hundreds of miles away with the state, and essentially just left town with that money and just represented me at the sentencing only. And he actually caught a mistake by the prosecution to increase my sentencing score.
What the hell? In reality, somebody left a comment a little bit ago that said, "San Joaquin, this is why we need lawyers. We can't defend ourselves in court. Yada yada yada." But here we have a situation where Justin, I mean, was maybe possibly taken advantage of, and he's not the first time. This is not the first time I've heard of somebody getting ripped off by a lawyer. So if this is what we need lawyers for, I don't understand. See how why we continue to need lawyers. We need to not stay a dependent people. We need to continue to educate ourselves so that we can learn how to fight. We're not there yet. I'm not there yet. I am not fucking there yet. We need your help. So now the goal really is to try to prepare you or help you prepare for your appeal. You would say it's the most important thing?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: your lawyer in the courtroom, was your lawyer able to present different types of case laws, so that the judge and the prosecutor or the judge can at least look at and say, "Hey, well, hold on a minute." Was there any case laws presented?
No.
Wow. Do you believe that maybe you didn't get adequate representation?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, he actually did not even present the exhibits and the witnesses that I gave to him directly.
Where exactly did this happen at?
This is Calhoun County, Michigan. The city is Battle Creek.
Battle Creek, Michigan. Now, check this out, folks. This is not the first man and only man in recent that has been convicted of a felony. It was a felony, right? You were convicted of a felony?
That's correct. Second one.
Second one. Press with Rancor was also convicted of a felony, and same thing. He was in public, he was recording, and they convicted him. So my question is this, I guess, right? I don't understand why lawyers, even people that are part of the community, and everybody, please, I don't know if, like, for instance, civil rights lawyer can look at this case and maybe try to offer some kind of help. We need help. This is a cry to John Bryant. Please help this man. This isn't about me. Don't help me, guys, right now. We're doing our best to help Justin in his situation. So we need lawyers coming in to help us. There's not a lot of money in the community, but we do need help. We do need help. And this man needs help right now. If there's any other attorneys, especially in the Michigan area, what can you do to help this man? This is a call for help, man. And you guys reach out. You guys reach out to these lawyers, especially if they're from Michigan. See if they can follow the story. Try to find a way to help this man, especially with this appeal. I mean, lawyers don't even want. Go ahead.
If I could give you like one easy example, so after a high-speed motorcycle accident, my left leg is uh, mainly steel from the thigh down, and I don't have the ability to lift my left foot. It's just kind of like I have to wobble, and at the trial there, I gave my attorney, statements from my doctor, my disability paperwork, and even my medical record, uh, discussing the different hardware in my leg and things like that, as well as photographs. And the doctor was even willing to testify to the condition. And so the pretty much the basis of the resisting and obstructing charge was the deputy asserting and stating that I intentionally drug my leg, trying to
Wow.
trip them both the whole time he was escorting me out of the building. And we had available medical proof that
Hmm.
I don't have the ability to not drag my leg. It's all that it does, and especially if my arms are behind my back,
Word.
it really limits your ability to successfully wobble, And so instead, he kicked my injured leg the entire way out of the building, and he testified to that, but my attorney didn't present any of that evidence into exhibits or call the doctor to testify. And so we were essentially not able to, show any proof of anything about, my disability. And the prosecution was essentially to just able to assert that I was absolutely lying about being disabled.
So they made it seem like you were resisting.
Yes.
Wow. And
And,
you
that's
brought this forward to your attorney, the proof, the medical proof, and he didn't submit it into court.
correct.
Wow, that's messed up. So in your appeal, it's stipulated that you did not get adequate representation.
Yeah, it's not started yet.
Because you don't really have to put too much into it yet. You have to kind of bring that when you go to the appeal, the court.
Yeah, I'm just I've not since my conviction just happened on the second one. So on the first trial, that lawyer had not taken leave yet, and he was going to be filing the appeal for me on that first R&O conviction. But then he missed the filing deadline by a day. And so it was rejected for not being filed timely. So that's waiting for a resubmittal. But then he wound up, leaving the practice essentially. And so now that was supposed to be up to this lawyer I just gave $9,000 that skipped town with it. And so now he told me that I'm entitled to what is called SATO, state appellate attorneys, which are essentially like court-appointed attorneys on the appeals level. And so I've submitted for that, and I still haven't received anything back from them yet.
Damn. I like what Cameron just put in the chat. Power inherent to the people. Now I don't know how much of an impact this should make, or but he says, but definitely American Disabilities Act violations, because you were disabled, or is it considered disabled? Your
Yes.
leg? Okay. Wow. Another thing that I wanted to talk about. It's a little off topic, but it goes with whatever is going on with you. Is the fact that they put deadlines on the people on when we can appeal, when we can challenge their rulings and stuff like that. But it doesn't make any sense why they put deadlines like that, especially because a lot of times if a cop arrests a person and it turns out it's an illegal arrest, like we've seen many times, the
Hmm.
cops will still take the person to jail. They'll
Yeah.
run them through the system. They say, well, let the courts deal with it then. And and what happens is when that happens, the DA doesn't even want to drop the charge, even if they know the guy's rights were violated. They don't want to drop the charge immediately. Why? Because it's an automatic lawsuit, right? It's a slam dunk win for the people if they sue, because it's almost like an admission of guilt to drop your charges and leave you alone because they've already, taken you into custody, put hands on you, locked you up in a cage, and because of
Well,
that.
my case has a huge revenge factor to it. See, before they, they they were ready on a single day. It was July 25th, 2022. That's when I got all the charges that were put on me. And it was clearly a preconceived plan for much of it. And but one of their guys jumped the gun though. What happened was is they so and a quick if I can try and shorten it up. Just a week before, it was July 18th, 2022. Uh, I had, excuse me, just one more backup. Just before that, there was a monthly meeting in July for the township, and I had showed up to speak at the public comment time and record it and complain about the behavior of the local police department that we were contracting, and how they had been handling or essentially not handling the abuses from a local neighbor. And I was told that if I was serious about my complaint, that I wouldn't be doing it for the public, that I would come up to the office during office hours. So I went to the office during the next office hours, which was the July 18th, 2022. And I went there live recording for my own protection. And it was a really good thing, because no sooner had I left the building, police started arriving, and there was 3 police sent there, told that I had showed up to threaten, intimidate, and harass the women inside the building. And if I didn't have that unbroken live recording from start to finish to defend myself, I probably would have been started being incarcerated on that day back then. But the camera saved me on that day, and they were embarrassed. So they scheduled an emergency township meeting to fortify the township so that cameras couldn't get on them, basically. And when I showed up to that emergency 7:30 a.m. Unpublicized township meeting, also live recording again, that was the day, the 25th, that they had set to get all these charges against me. One of their guys, who was a local county deputy, and he was also the head investigator, I believe, for the county prosecutor here, he assaulted and battered me in public view of multiple witnesses and on my live video stream. And it's just part of that brazen ruling class that they've adapted to behaving like. He had not encountered a world of any accountability yet. He hadn't really. His plan was to jerk that camera out of my hand, not understanding that it was live uploading to YouTube already.
Do you think that they were going to try to erase it or delete it?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
You guys, moderators, make sure you keep putting Justin's channel link on there. And do you have a donation link, bro, by any chance?
I've got links for any of that stuff, like Cash App or give, send, go, or anything like that. I've got that on all my video descriptions pretty much, and on my channel main page.
Moderators, if you can, grab some of those links, throw them in here. I mean,
Yeah, I am over $60,000 in now on the attorneys, and
wow.
I essentially don't think that I could have gotten any worse sentencing. I mean, if I had just stood there and said nothing the entire time with no attorney at all, I don't think that, I think I probably would have gotten less sentencing, to be honest with you.
What's up, everybody? I'm trying not to interrupt Justin, so just so you guys know, I'm reading your comments. Thank you guys for being here. Shout out to all you guys. Bro, Justin, do you have an email so people can reach out to you?
Shots, SHOTTS, at ymail.com. Just like Gmail, but Ymail.
All right, guys. Moderators, if you guys can put that on there so that we can put it on the screen so that the people can pick it up. And yeah, bro, the goal is to rally around you and see what we can do to help you because let me ask you this, bro. Throughout your trial and through everything that was going on, do you believe that you had a strong backing from, let's say, the First Amendment auditing community or the people in general? Did you have people following your story, enough people to where you feel like you had, or maybe even the prosecutor and the courts would have noticed an impact of people paying attention?
You know, it's no, and I don't fault anyone. You know, they're absolutely terrifying and intimidating up at that courthouse. They make it's you got to park, you know, 2 blocks away in bad weather and minefield like pavement to get to walk up a pyramid like flight of stairs to go through security where they are rude, and they act like they're going to arrest everyone that goes in there. No recording is allowed now of any kind. They openly just flaunt in the face of a recent Supreme Court ruling, and the no request is ever granted for anyone to have any kind of recording or media coverage for any of the trials, and they refuse to broadcast them. They are not public, and there's from the day that I got my charges there, there's now been plastered with signs on every single surface of that courthouse about not recording anything. And they just make it to where people basically just can't know unless they're willing to go there and get intimidated in person.
Wow. So basically, they've doubled down, and they just said, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna get freedom we're gonna get rid of freedom here altogether, right?
Absolutely.
And this is not federal buildings. This is state building, right?
Yes. Well, this is a county courthouse, is all it is. I mean, it's also, you know, if you wanted to go to the sheriff's office, that's where the sheriff's office is. If you wanted to go to the, you know, do a FOIA request at the clerk's office, that's where the clerk's office is. You know, it's the open to the public lobby, and specifically the exit of the building was, you know, the only place that I was recording. And the crazy part is, especially for me, I feel in my story is I had been told that it was okay to record in there by other deputies.
The same day?
It wasn't the same day, but earlier before? The same day, I had actually walked in recorded the exact same deputy and asked him if it was a problem that I was recording, and he said no. And then on my way out, it changed.
Wow. Yeah, you guys.
But there was like I said, there was a huge revenge factor going on. The guy who assaulted and battered me earlier that morning, the deputy, did wind up pleading guilty to a charge, and I'm fairly certain that it wound up costing him his position in the prosecutor's office because he had to move to a new part of the court after that. And I do believe it's a very heavy-handed, very open, brazen revenge thing. I mean, on that same day, I was not only assaulted and battered by that deputy in front of witnesses, but I was also cut up by a running weed whacker by their buddy that I had been having the trouble with, and for those offenses, and the other guy was found guilty of that attack because he also had a PPO out on me when that happened. I also had a PPO protecting me from that guy, and he was the prosecutor wouldn't prosecute him for attacking me, but he was found guilty of violating the personal protection order. But the thing that I realized that they're really trying to rub in my face is I got 10 times the trouble for telling on them as either of them got for doing it.
Wow. Damn. You guys, there are some donation links up on the screen now. Let me go back and pull the other one up. If you guys can, please help this man. He can definitely use some support and a little bit of, some of that money that he is in the hole because of what they've done to him. $60,000 ain't cheap, bro. So anything helps, guys. You guys want to send Justin a little bit of something? It's not going to go to me. Help him out. Send him something, guys. So you
And I
have
want to
until...
make sure people don't think I feel like, don't do what I did or forget having your rights. This just needs to be a warning to us all. I recognize that I'm probably to a lot of people a big mouth, but it just use me. I just welcome people to use me as the cave canary, though. I mean, do you want the line to be, if you're a little too loud about your rights, then you don't get them anymore? I mean, where do we want that? Where do we want that cutoff to be? I don't think people really want it to be. I've not personally met anyone who wasn't part of this ruling class who seemed to think that this was the right thing.
Damn, this is really disheartening, bro. So makes me wonder, man, how it would turn out if more people went down to that building, challenge, what they've put out there on the buildings where they've put. Do you happen to have a picture of all the signs that they put outside the buildings because of this situation? Because there has to be a penal code on it, right?
Yeah, so they actually cite it's MCL, it's Michigan Compiled or Coded Law, something like that. They actually cite the MCL number that is the one that auditors here in Michigan were stating was their grounds for being able to record in the courthouses. And they also charged another I don't know if you remember the channel Was Frickin' Media. He's on under Spanky Pants now.
Right.
He had a channel with a couple 100,000 subscribers there, and he had recorded, and nearly him and Michigan Constitutional Crusader, they had recorded together in I think the majority of courthouses in Michigan, including the Michigan Supreme Court, without trouble. But he was arrested here in Calhoun County, same as me, when he came after my arrest.
What? Oh, wow. Was he convicted?
I believe I think he took a plea is what it was. I wasn't offered a plea.
Oh, wow.
I'm not, just to get that out there. I'm not trying to say like, I stood strong and didn't take a plea. I'm not.
No, it makes sense.
Just being honest. Yeah, I was not offered, any kind of a plea deal.
Damn.
Right, or I guess to be full, to be 100%, I was offered to plead guilty to the felony charges both, and be, you know, you know, the deal was to, plead guilty to everything.
Damn. I would like a screenshot of that. I went to Philadelphia not too long ago, and I was in a building, and it seems to me like they are turning information desks that are in our government buildings into
Security checkpoints.
security checkpoints. Have you heard me say that recently?
No, no, but
Yeah,
I was there,
you
bro.
know where I'm getting at, right?
Yeah,
So, I mean, that I think is important to consider, folks, when going into these buildings, if you do in the future. To I think Justin Shots left a little bit. Let's see if we can get him back on. Let's see if we can get him back on. Yeah, give me a second, guys. To the right. Yeah, there we go. All right, you're back.
cut me out. I think
Sorry.
I'm back.
All right, I don't know what happened there, but you're back. Glad you're back. Yeah, so what we're saying is they're turning information desks into security checkpoints. And
Yeah.
if you somehow pass the security checkpoint without giving up your Fourth Amendment right, without, turning off your camera, going through metal detectors, they're not going to let you through. So, and it seems to me like this is what they're trying to, or what they actually convicted you on, right?
Yeah.
We got Mark Nugent in the house from Battle Creek. You guys go subscribe to Justin Shots and definitely send him an email. Can you say your email again? That way somebody can put it on the screen.
Yes, sir. Shots, SHOTTS at ymail.com. Just like Gmail, but ymail.
At ymail.com. All right. Moderators or somebody, it doesn't have to be a moderator. If you guys can type that in, I'll put it on screen. And we're going to go ahead and end this here in a little bit. Unless you got the floor, so go ahead and say whatever you'd like. But we're going to end this in a little bit. And I'm going to follow up with this. And I'm going to see what I can do to get the people to rally around you, to see if we can find a way to send you some help, some support. And maybe we can get some folks. Mark's got your email. Thanks, he says. So we're going to see what we can do to get everybody to rally around you right now. And we have everybody rallying around channels like Lane Myers. He does outstanding work. A lot of people are being railroaded. Hendry is being railroaded.
Yeah.
Also in Michigan, guys, right? Press with Rancor, right? Press with Rancor, it was also convicted on a felony simply for recording in public. So that's 2 channels in Michigan that have been arrested and convicted on felonies simply for recording in public. And you would think that everybody would pick this up and run stories on this nonstop until we make sure that they reverse these convictions, right? And the same help that Justin is going to need with his appeal, if I'm not mistaken, Press with Rancor's time is running out to submit his appeal. I don't know, whatever you did to submit your appeal, if there's a possible way that maybe we can get you to help Press with Rancor submit an appeal if he hasn't yet, at least to just submit it for now. And I don't know, guys. I mean, I don't even know if his time has run out. So, but in reality, bro, it sucks and it's disheartening. And I'm sorry that we didn't rally around you enough, soon enough, bro. Apologies on my end.
Well, I don't. I'm okay. I want people to know that don't let this be a slipping away of your freedom. When you see something like this happen to someone, don't say, well, we all need to put our heads down a little lower then and make sure that we're not picked on. That's and some people think too, and I want to make sure to point this out. They think, oh well, that's because Michigan has this liberal Marxist governor and attorney general and that kind of stuff right now. I want to make sure people know I ran for a Republican office here in this district and was kept out of the Republican Party meet and greet and get-togethers and things like that. Physically kept out, and had to record from the gate, and
Wow.
was also banned apparently from the Tea Party meetings for recording and rebroadcasting what they had going on there. They didn't want people to know about it. And it's, Republican local officials who are mainly going after me here, quote unquote, so I mean, I know me and you talked about, I put a video up called Purple Republicans, where it's not a taking sides thing. I was pointing out that these people are a ruling class that doesn't matter Republican or Democrat. They're openly telling people, hey, I'm running Republican, but I'm against Trump.
Wow.
And I'm this other kind of Republican. And so I just want to make sure people know that it's a ruling class issue. This is a people that think that they're going to control whether or not we have First Amendment rights because they think that affects their power.
Word. And just so you guys know, I think politicians, mainstream media, they've been playing a game with us. They've been trying to push us against each other, making us hate us and not trust each other. Oh, it's the Republicans' fault. Oh, it's the Democrats' fault. And I gotta tell you guys, sometimes that kind of shit will even come into your own home, and I've seen it happen. Sometimes we have to stand there as referees and say, hold up, hold up. We can't let politics rip us apart in our families. So in reality, I see that it's happened to a lot of different communities in your neighborhoods, all of that stuff. And one thing I do like about the First Amendment auditing community, or this community that we're involved in, maybe just the First Amendment community, or how would I say, a more perfect union, is the fact that if you're a Democrat and I begin to hate you because you're a Democrat, what kind of American does that make me? If I don't trust you or I just hate you because you're a Republican, what kind of American does that make me? In reality, we should have differences. We should have talks and arguments and understanding of what's going on. Hey, at the end of the day, if we disagree, let's agree to disagree and bring the topic back again, put it back on the table. Let's talk about it and stop pointing the finger at each other. We need to work together and know that government, if the government stops a Democrat's voice, that's bad for Republicans. If the government stops a Republican's voice, it's bad for the Democrats. So we truly need to understand that we need to get rid of feelings, and we need to get rid of feelings from government. We need to rid government from feelings. And not in reality, I think that sentence alone right there is a powerful, powerful statement. Because if somebody understands what I just said, we need to rid government from feelings, that begins the thought process. Where are they implementing their feelings on the people? Now you know what to watch out for when it happens. And Justin Schatz's email is on the screen right now. You guys, please send him an email. See what you guys can do to help. At least let him know you're there. Let's rally around Justin Schatz and Press with Ranker, because right now I think your situation is extremely important. I think this is something that we all need to make sure that this shit doesn't happen like this, because this takes away all our rights.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I hope people realize, if they watch any of my stuff and see there, that what this has resulted in was I tried to have a public voice at the local government during the public comment time. That's supposed to be like the law allowed for us to do. And now what it's wound up is I literally have court orders that not only can I not record there, not only can I not speak there, I cannot even now attend those public meetings.
Wow.
And that's not even just me here in our area. That's another guy that he doesn't even have the same political background as me. He's also got a court orders against him to where he's not going to be able to attend if one of these other officials is there even in the audience.
Right.
And they're and the orders too specifically about not posting videos and things online. It's absolutely what they want to control is stuff just like this. They don't want people to, the average guy, they don't care about one big YouTuber or something. It's
Right.
everybody.
Right.
They don't want one of the anybody's to be able to record something and make it public.
Word. I'm gonna find your email again, and easy to see audit says I'm over here in the other creek. Where's the other creek? Do you know, bro? I don't know what that means.
Uh,
Maybe not. Maybe not. It's not something.
There's Cedar Creek not that far from here, but that's
Cedar
kind of
Creek.
small.
Okay. 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 Maybe he. Maybe I don't know. I was figuring you might know, or he might be trying to
Kind of
off.
everything's named Creek around here. There's Harper Creek. There's
Right. Um. Anybody in Michigan, if you guys can reach out to, and even if you're not in Michigan, if you guys can reach out to Justin Schatz, moderators again, if you would be so kindly to throw his email on there. Brandon Mitchell has been putting the donation links on there,
appreciate it.
guys. Don't be afraid to send him something, a little something, anything will help. Let him, like I said, even if it's an email,
Absolutely.
um,
Oh, yeah. And my sentencing. So people sent me some emails. I was able to put those through to go to the judge. People saying that they, thought my YouTube channel was a good thing, not a bad thing. And that was the only thing I had there to help because I also had a stack of reference letters that was from the first trial. And I asked my attorney, the one that skipped town with the 9,000, I asked him if I needed to renew those letters from people and get a new dated letter from those people for this trial. And he said, no, it wasn't necessary. At the sentencing, the judge said she didn't consider any of my reference letters because they were from the previous date.
wow, that's fucked up.
So it so matters to have current, letters, even emails from people. That was absolutely the only thing that I had for something redemptive at my sentencing.
Easy to see audit says San Joaquin Valley Transparency. I'm in Michigan, Swartz Creek, about an hour from 68 shots. If you can find a way to link up with him,
Will do.
maybe find see if we could do some audits out there. Maybe
Yeah.
start challenging it. Bring some people out there, and anybody out in the area or near the area want to go out and support Justin Shots. If you guys need any kind of help doing that, reach out to me. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can, connect you guys to pick each other up, give each other rides. Maybe try to help organize a Airbnb out there so that everybody could stick together and find a way to connect and bring this to light and challenge them. Because sometimes Mark already emailed you, if I'm not mistaken. He's out in Battle Creek, and he looks like a buff ass dude as well. Holy shit, bro! We're bringing muscles to this. We're gonna bring some muscle to this shit. All right. Not that kind of muscle, government. Okay, stop trying this shit. Not that kind of muscle. Just, I mean, really, like. But no, on the real, bro. Yeah, I'll rally around Justin. Let's see what we can do to help him out, and definitely, guys, I'm gonna do whatever I can to help organize and to help in your situation, bro. Like I don't know how impactful I can be sometimes, but I'll do my best, bro. And whatever it is you need, you have my number. Let's stay in touch. If I have to go live and keep asking for help and keep rallying people around you, that's what we're gonna fucking do. We're gonna make sure that they know that you're not alone, bro. They may think that you are alone, but oh damn. Let's see if he'll come back on to say goodbye. All right, guys. You guys get to look at my room. This side of my room's a little dirty, so I usually try to hide this side. So, but let's get him back on. There you are.
Back.
All right. Any last words, bro? Anything else you want to share? Anything else you want to ask the people of the people?
I just want people to stay strong. There's been I think a new kind of a counter influence trying to go against this movement, saying that unless you're got hundreds of dollars or lawyers on retainer, you damn well better not try and exercise your rights, because the man's gonna get you.
Right.
I sure hope we don't. That's the path to North Korea in my eyes, y'all. I just don't go there.
As a matter of fact, I'm glad you bring that up. There have been big name channels that are out there. I'm not going to say who, because I don't want them to start crying about it. But there's some big name channels out there that are trying to discourage the people. They're telling the people, don't record the police unless you have $100,000 in the bank. It's too scary. Government is too scary, guys. Government's scary. Don't record them. No. On the fucking contrary. Record the government, the police, ask questions. And a lot of us get arrested. A lot of us not just prosecuted, but persecuted. Look at Jersey Watcher and everything he's been going through. Facing tons of felonies. Right? Put your email up there once again, bro. Last words, bro. Last words.
The thing I always tell people is stick up for each other's rights and defend each other's freedoms. God bless you all.
Thank you, brother. I'll talk to you right now soon. Everybody, go rally around Justin Shots. Let him know you're there. Send him some love and support. And thank you guys. Thank you guys who have already emailed him. Brandon Mitchell, moderators. You guys are the fucking best. Patriot Night, thank you. Modern Retro Radio, thank you. Jeebus Crisp, DBA, Autumn Coleman, Four Corner Fist in the Air. A lot of you guys. Avelia, good to see you. Timothy, Lucinator, Broken System, Broken Trust, Press Harder. I absolutely love you guys. Thank you for all the love and support. See you on the next one. Peace.